Here's a video of someone called Justin Dennis, and the headline says, Nerd culture has a problem. So, let's just dive right into this.
Yes. Shoot. You play video games and you're a girl?
Yeah, let's perpetuate that stereotype because, oh my god, girls play video games. I would also like to point out that this guy, he plays or uses the controller like nobody I've ever seen before, like bashing the controller. I don't think this guy has ever played video games, and for some reason also uses a mascara. Anyway.
Hey humans, so I've got a problem. I'm a really huge nerd, but I'm also a really huge feminist. Now I know that
Surprise, surprise. So a nerd who can't seem to fathom how controllers work for video games. Nice.
doesn't sound like a problem. I mean, after all, they're completely unrelated things. One's about enjoying certain video games and movies and TV shows, and the other one is about creating equality and acceptance for all kinds of people. But unfortunately, there's been
equality and acceptance for all sorts of people. Now you're stretching the definition of feminism. Feminism is fighting for rights for women, not people of specifically just people of color or minorities or anything like that. Now you're just moving the goalpost or moving the definition completely.
this string of anti-feminist thought going on in nerd culture, and I've tried to avoid it for a long time, but now I think it's just time I confront it head on. So look, if you're a nerd, I'm not calling you an asshole or a misogynist or anything like that, okay? I'm not here to attack you and tear you down. But if you're already discrediting my opinion because I said I'm a feminist, then we need to have this talk. Because
Yeah, because criticism. If I somehow criticize you, you immediately have a problem. So because I already had a problem with your definition of feminism, you seem to have a problem. All right, let's continue.
love nerd culture. I love that there are passionate people that can unite together around a shared love for certain things. I love smashing. I mean, playing Super Smash Brothers for hours with my friends. I used to play Halo and Call of Duty all the time. I still
All pretty casual games, I must say.
geek out over Harry Potter on a daily basis. And there have definitely been times where I just watched anime all night for hours and hours on end. And nerd culture
Yeah, are you trying to show your geek credit or something? I'm gonna get to the point.
is a huge, complex thing that can never be boiled down to one person or one train of thought. But it does tend to be mostly straight cisgender men. Even if it's by
Hold on, that's a big straw man. It's just mostly cis white man. So again, what's stopping women from playing game? Why are minorities not playing games? Because they are. I mean, there are big YouTubers that play games and are minorities. I mean, Stonefox Media is a minority, and he doesn't seem to have any issue playing games. And Shokio or Sniper Wolf or any other so-called minority within gaming, they don't seem to have any issue.
accident, nerd culture does manage to exclude women and LGBTQ plus people in a bunch of
Oh my god. Yeah, we gamers people. We exclude them so much we hide the consoles, PCs, and hack into all people's accounts who are gay or female or minorities and refuse them to buy any sort of game, anytime, anywhere, all the time. Sure, man. What a red herring, man.
different ways. And that sucks, because nerd culture is supposed to be the culture of the neglected. It's supposed to be the culture of the people who were never popular in high school, or who didn't have a lot of friends, or who were bullied for one reason or another.
That's not every guy ever playing a game. Jesus Christ. Again, you're using a fucking stereotype.
As a culture basically founded on being outcasts, I think it's absolutely necessary that we are as open and accepting as possible. Otherwise, nerd culture becomes just as mean and elitist as the people who bullied us in high school.
Oh dear God. Again, who the fuck is keeping you out of gaming? Again, this guy doesn't even get it. And the funny thing is, he seems to be a cis white male, so.
If you consider yourself a nerd, all I'm asking is that you hear me out and listen with an open mind, and try to imagine what it would be like if you were a woman or a part of the
Yeah, so listen and believe. Alright.
LGBTQ+ community. So here it is, 5 ways you can help nerd culture become more inclusive. Number 1, don't act like it's a miracle if a woman or a girl likes video games or other nerdy things. I know that my
Who does that? Except for the hormonal 13-year-old. Who the fuck does that? I mean, most gamers are adults. Doesn't seem that like this guy knows that.
skit in the beginning of the video was a little exaggerated, but just a little bit. I've actually seen people act that surprised when they find out that a woman likes video games or Star Wars or anything like that. Even when it's intended as a compliment, it's really insulting to women. Because nerd women have been around for as long as nerd men have been around. They've just been ignored and shoved to the sidelines because of some very systematic misogyny. The gaming industry and other parts of nerd
Whoa, systematic misogyny. Citation fucking needed. Asshat.
culture have by and large been run by and for men. And when you act surprised that a woman likes something nerdy, you're insinuating, whether intentional or not, that it's unusual or weird for her to like that. The only thing weird about this whole situation is that nerd men have been pretending that nerd women haven't existed for such a long time.
So let me do this argument. Romantic comedies are mostly for women, and most women watch them. Is it like if they are designed for women? Should they instead of catering to women, should they completely change and cater to men instead? Should books like Hunger Games and Twilight change everything because most females buy it? Should Justin Bieber change his image to fit more guys to like him instead of girls? No, you fucking idiot.
Number 2, don't force people to prove that they like something. So you meet a woman and
So let me get this right. If someone says they're a nerd or a gamer or they like something, you can't ask them what they like. Are you a fan? Just to see if how big of a fan they are. That's not allowed at all to say. So if a woman or a guy says they're a gamer, and I ask, what do you play? And they say Call of Duty, and I ask, do you play anything else? No, that's the only thing I play. Okay, how much do you play? I play like 1 hour a week. I mean, that's perfectly reasonable to ask for. That's not proving anything. That's asking questions.
she says that she likes Star Wars, and you manage to play it cool, and you don't act surprised, but you don't really believe her. So you ask her questions like these. Who's Chewbacca's grandfather? Which hand does Luke Skywalker have cut off? What color is Yoda's lightsaber?
Yeah, because people do that immediately. It's not like, oh, you like Star Wars. Which one is your favorite movie? Who's your favorite character? And if that person says, oh, I like that hairy dog who's in one of the movies, you don't get... Jesus Christ.
But all of these questions are really just part of a test to find out if she's really nerdy or not. But men aren't subjected to tests like this. If you're
Oh, really? 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 Because I have never encountered that. Not ever. It's not like I've had discussion just in the last week. People are calling me not a gamer. Fucking idiot. Again with the stereotypes.
a guy and you say that you like Star Wars, people just believe you. And it should
Yeah. People just believe you.
be the same for women. If someone says that they like something, just let them like it. They don't have to be an expert with every single detail memorized. Number 3, advocate for more diverse characters in video games, TVs, movies, and books. Even though
No. 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 Artistic freedom and creativity goes before any fucking diverse bullshit. Period.
I love all different kinds of media, there's a problem with most of it. It's a lot of straight white cisgender men. Video games largely feature playable male characters with over-sexualized female characters. Movies
And what's wrong with that? Last time I checked, GTA was the most selling game ever. And the fastest selling one at that. There's a reason for that. Because it's a good game. Dear God.
like Star Wars and Lord of the Rings have almost no women at all, and most of the characters in all of our media tend to be white. You could argue
So let's just forget about Arwen or the other dominant characters in Star Wars or Lord of the Rings, cause fuck that.
that this is changing. Women have been playing more prominent roles in upcoming books and movies like The Hunger Games and Divergent, and FIFA 2016 will be the first edition of the game to feature playable female characters.
Yeah, but how many of those who play FIFA, who are, I would say 85, 90, perhaps more % men, not women, who buy FIFA, or COD, or GTA, or Watch Dogs, Assassin's Creed, perhaps Assassin's Creed is bought by more women, but the biggest titles each year are bought by men.
But there's still a lot of work that needs to be done for people of color, women, and LGBTQ people. Representation is important. People need to see themselves represented in our media.
So you can't play an RPG and create yourself, or play as someone else and try to get invested in that game, because games, for fuck's sake, are pixels on a fucking screen. They don't have to fucking represent you, you idiot. It's a game. You're supposed to have fun, not this political bullshit.
Inspires people and it sets the status quo for what's normal. And I think we're on the right track, but we need to keep pushing for more diverse characters. Number 4, be wary of the language that you use. Have you ever
Oh my god. So be careful of the language what you use, because you don't want to sound sexist or racist or bigoted or rude or anything like that. Jesus Christ. PC police. You PC, bro?
been on Xbox Live? It's like the comment section of the gaming community. Just horrible slurs and terrible things that you never want to hear all in one place. I had to quit that thing back in high school. But certain words and slurs genuinely hurt people and make them not want to be a part of the community. For example,
Yeah, God forbid you offend someone.
if you use rape as a synonym for destroying something, you can cause PTSD flashbacks for rape survivors.
Oh my god. Oh my god. I won't even address that.
If we want nerd culture to be one of acceptance, we have to be willing to change some of the words that we use to make people feel more welcome. I think a lot of people have this mentality that you can choose what words offend you, and that people who are hurt by words are just being too sensitive.
Yeah, because offense is taken, not given, you idiot.
But that's a really damaging way of looking at it. Words have a lot of power because they have historical and cultural significance, but also a lot of times people associate certain words with traumatic events in their lives. Brushing off this whole argument by saying that people
Yeah, because you have to project stuff for on someone else, so you can be safe and not be offended or get hurt by someone else's words because they don't know your life story. Jesus Christ.
People are too sensitive really makes nerd culture a place where only people who haven't been traumatized by particular slurs are allowed to be. Number 5, don't threaten people that criticize you or nerd culture. I feel like this last one should go without saying, but apparently it needs to be said. Don't send hate messages or rape or murder threats to people who criticize you. Even if you disagree with someone, that doesn't mean that they deserve that. We can disagree peacefully. Even if your threat is hollow, they don't know that. And even if they do know that, it can still take a toll on their mental health. I know this isn't going to convince everyone. I'm sure I'll find some very creative homophobic and transphobic slurs down in the comments, but I'm hoping that I can convince at least.
Well, wait, first you said threats, which I actually agree with. Now you're moving the goalpost to slurs. Well, now what is it?
A few of you. Throwing threats and insults around doesn't do anything to help your cause. In fact, it only proves why women and LGBTQ+ people don't feel safe in nerd culture.
Oh, you need to have your safe space. Well, maybe gaming isn't for you, you asshat.
Alright, well that is everything I have for you today. This video is a part of a series I'm doing.
Okay, well, this guy is a fucking idiot and doesn't know gaming. Yeah. Anyways, I'm gonna link the video if you really wanna watch this cancer of a video. Anyways, thank you guys for watching and see you guys next time.